stand here with the ocean to our backs and a giant brick wall to our front. This sound, sandwiched in between Boston Harbor and the Atlantic Ocean, is reminiscent of a dingleberry and how it clings to the ass of Boston. This primarily beach town gains a lot of its commerce and income from the summer tourism season, leading many to wonder what happens when the lights are off. Do locals throw giant booze-filled block parties, or do they go into hibernation akin to bears? The answer to all of these questions and more will come in town as we explore the town that's either blazing hot or freezing cold. Welcome to hell. Oh, my bad. Welcome to Hull. I'm currently standing here on a beach. However, 300 years ago, this was still a beach, but 300 years younger. However, in between these two periods of beach, there was something much more interesting. Something named Paragon Park. You see, with the sudden influx of visitors to Hull, that included people of disreputable status. According to locals, this included pickpockets, thieves, gamblers, and, worst of all, the Irish. The pickpockets and thieves were so bad that they were said to take the clothes right off your back, presumably leaving you in the nude. The solution was obvious. Create a park to provide a safe place for those seeking amusement. I suppose the poor people who couldn't afford to be amused would go on completely unamused and naked because of the pickpockets. This new park was dubbed a marvel of fantasy, which was ironic for two reasons. First, because Marvel hadn't even been invented yet, and second, because it had a ride based on the all-surreal Jonestown flood, which killed over 2,000 people after a dam failed. Which makes you wonder, asshole, which makes you wonder, excuse me, which makes you wonder what the ride was like. I think it was a water ride. Or maybe, like the flood, it killed 1/10 of its riders. We'd love to go into more detail about the park, but the museum wouldn't allow us admission. Sadly, all that's left of the park is that museum, the carousel, an arcade. It's kind of like a Kitty Vegas without all the strippers, which is a shame because I bet they'd jump out of cupcakes. And this absolute piece of shit. Fuck this. This miniature golf, this is without question the worst miniature golf that you will find in the United States of America. First of all, the rental area, you have to go in through the arcade, in through a restaurant, and then out like a sketchy back door just to get into the rental area. They barely have any balls. They've got like 4 putt things, and they're all broken. And look at how big it is. There's also some over there, but it's actually not that bad of a size. But like, you can't see now, but they've got like these. You're supposed to have water in the golf thing. They've got like these little river areas, but they're completely empty. And you might think, oh, it's just because it's winter. No, they're always empty. And here. Ignore this abandoned fucking building that's right next to it. This area used to be part of it, and they had to tear it down because it wasn't safe. What about a mini golf course? How do you make a mini golf course that's not safe? What did they do? Was it made of asbestos?
Here at Hull High School, the various sports teams maintain a number of traditions. For example, the basketball team, who recently lost to the South Shore Charter School, before every match play drink over their speakers. On the topic of pedophiles, a teacher here was recently suspended for having inappropriate relations with a student. What sets us apart from the usual cases of Hull pedophilia is the fact that this teacher was replacing a previous teacher who had gotten fired for pedophilia.
You look great.
It's okay.
Thank you. So you two are residents of Hull?
Yes.
We are, all three
Okay.
of us.
Oh, yeah. So how does it feel that your town's named after the worst part of the ship?
I don't think of it that way. I think of it as we're named after the hall in England.
Yes.
But that hole's also not very good, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's gives us something to overcome.
And the hull is a very necessary part of the ship.
But wouldn't it be cooler to have a town named Mass?
Nope,
Yeah.
because mast cells cause inflammation, and we would not want to be associated with something that has inflammation.
Now, I have a question. You
Yeah?
guys live so close to the water. Do you guys ever worry about getting seasick?
Nope.
No?
No, because we're close but not in the water. It's like the best of all worlds.
See.
Should we be worried?
Just get a little woozy.
Nope.
No?
Alright.
No. We don't. Do you ever? It's the worst way to get woozy is when it's very slow undulation. We usually have either placid or intense.
Alright.
Neither of those cause seasickness. Makes you feel sick.
If Hull was ever to be bought out by like a major fast food chain, would you prefer it to be Subway or McDonald's?
Only two choices.
Yeah.
Subway.
Subway?
Yeah.
Don't you think like there would be better synergy with McDonald's, like fish fingers, McHull?
No.
No?
I'm standing here in Fort Revere, a place located in a town, which is located in a region, which is located in a country, similar to most places on Earth. This fort was first built by patriots in the Revolutionary War, or as they were known to the British, little shits. The fort's location was convenient for multiple reasons, one of which being its convenient location right next to this graveyard. If a soldier were ever to die in battle, you could just pick him up and toss him over this side, sort of like a garbage chute in fancy apartments. As you can see, this was put on a little valley, and they put hills on top of it in order to make it impossible to see from the British who were stationed over there, which is also why they built that giant tower, and as I've been informed, that graveyard. This fort saw less and less. Oh fuck! I meant to do that. This fort saw less and less action after the hubbub of the American Revolution. The reason for this might have been that during the war, some Frenchmen died here of typhoid fever. While ghosts are quite scary on their own, French ghosts are even scarier, especially when the U.S. failed to provide France aid during the French Revolution and didn't want a chance to encounter with any Frenchmen living or dead. And so after World War II, this fort was unceremoniously retired, much like my grandfather. However, unlike my grandfather, this fort isn't quite dead yet, as it's become a popular local social spot for the local hooligans to drink while underage, have unprotected sex, and create obscene graffiti. The art of the youth is also quite profound, as we can see here with this philosophical ponderance. What is the answer to all life's questions? Two dicks. It's unclear to whether this means that two dicks are the answer to all life's questions, or whether that is two dicks who have written this question, as well as to whether they're being sexist or gay. But either way, the youth are certainly going to be alright with profound thinkers like this one. Oh my goodness. Looks like we might be able to ask one of the two dicks about it. As according to this, there is dick this way, leading right in. There's another arrow. Oh, it turns in this way. I've lost it. Maybe it's here? Shit. Which way am I coming from? Oh, maybe they didn't this. Shit. Which way are they coming from? Weak, innate, need, special, hardly speak. Fuck off, and then some hearts. Be kind. Bad word. Bad words? You just wrote the word bad words. Oh my god, it's like a riddle. I don't know where I am. Oh! Let's just that thing again. Which way did I come in from? Hello? Anybody? Hello? Two dicks?
Some may attribute the lack of people in this watery wasteland to the cold weather, but I attribute it to something, or someone, far worse. You see, Hull is home to a startling number of troubled youth. And no wonder, they must go crazy when nobody visits them in the winter. It's like North Korea. So they all form a sort of pack, like a group of wolves who are jealous of the cooler, more popular wolves. Except the sad wolves are the kids, and the cooler wolves are basically everyone else, except for the people in North Korea. But in order to understand this tragedy and their eventual resort to gang violence, we must experience everything firsthand. Let's suit up. We're here at Hull Elementary School, the unassuming base of their devious operation. If you follow me, we might be able to catch some of their skullduggery in action. So we in fact will not be seeing any skullduggery in action, as our sources have told us that it is a Saturday, but we can speculate nonetheless. You see, here in Hull, the perpetual boredom of the youth leads them to gang violence. It is a tragic fact, for that Hull, as a town, could really use some youth to revitalize it. In fact, these kids do the complete opposite, and all they do is make people want to visit even less. It's quite a sad paradox, in fact. It's almost like the Mongols. They raided and murdered so many people, but they planted some trees and contributed to climate change, so they were kind of good. Although, these kids are far worse, since history has told us that children are capable of far more grievous atrocities than adults. After all, every single evil adult on Earth was once a child, even Hitler. The gangs of Hull can take many forms, for which there are many gangs with many forms. Here at Fort Revere, you can see how these gangs manifest and where their rivalries play out. For one, these gangs have their own signs that they can be seen performing all around the town. These include the rock, paper, scissors, the fist bump, and the high five. The epicenter of these rivalries is at Fort Revere, the aforementioned Revolutionary War landmark that Hull calls extremely important, yet no one can seem to remember exactly what happened here. For Hull standards, these gang hijinks aren't particularly disturbing, but for everyone else, it is. Why? I can't even walk 6 feet without seeing something that would have to censor on camera. But we can get immense insight from what these gangs spray paint on the walls of America's most underrated and yet overrated landmark. Well, you can see here, one witty kid wrote, and finally, perhaps most intriguing, you see, the people of Hull have severely misunderstood art, and they're simply trying to channel their anger with their horrible town inside this fort. Reminds me of my uncle after he drank too much eggnog on Christmas Eve. Did you hear that? I think we may have stumbled across some true Hull gang activity. Could it be a drug deal, a collusion of forbidden contraband, a kidnapping, an execution? This should be fun. Let's see if we can get an interview. Hey, Hull gang, can I oh dear God. What the hell are you doing? Wait, what do you do again?
I thought of something else about the mini golf course.
Alright, well, good luck finding your way out of here.
No, wait, no.
I never let you anyway.
No, why?
So, as you can see here, Fort Revere and Hull is home to some very insightful art.
Good morning. My name's Henry Jacobs, and I'm here in a regular street in Hull. There's nothing special at all about the street, just like the town of Hull.
I mean, that's a pretty nice house.
Anyways, you might see on the street there are a number of residents, and you would think they would be smiling at you. However, they are simply baring their teeth. One of the many characteristics that they share with coyotes.
Could you move your block in the house? Really pretty color.
Okay, welcome to the interview. So
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So wait, what's your job?
I'm a teacher.
Oh, I kind of figured you'd be like a lighthouse person or like something nautical.
No, why would you think that?
You know, like Hull, it's like kind of jetting out into it.
Yeah, into the water. Yeah. I don't think just because you're from Hull, you'd be nautical.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
So like, in Hull, are like pirate attacks ever a concern?
Are you serious?
I mean, like, you guys are named pirates for a reason, right?
Yeah, I don't know the history. I don't think Hull was attacked much by pirates. It was a vacation hotspot for rich people in the early 1900s. I don't think there was any treasure.
So, could the rich people be considered the pirates, maybe?
What?
You know?
No, I don't. No.
On a more serious note, could you give me a bit of a history about Fort Revere?
Yeah, it was put there during the American Revolution, and it safeguarded Boston Harbor, and then it was also used during the Civil War. I believe there were Confederate prisoners who were there, and then in later years, it's actually shaped like a star, but only part of the star is sticking out now. A lot of spray paint and a lot of things that go on down there that aren't very historical anymore, but.
So, did it really ever see any action?
I'm not sure. I was not alive back then.
So, wait, do you actually think Fort Revere is important, or it's just something like a town likes to prop up?
I think it's important. It's got a lot of history behind it. They've done a good job to keep it up, but people go in and ruin it, and then they try to keep it up, and people go in and ruin it, and yeah.
Yeah. So, final question. How sad, on like a scale from 1 to 10, do you think you would be if like Hull kind of just like disappeared off the map?
I'd be pretty sad. 10. It's my town.
It's a bit high, don't you think?
No.
Okay.
Away from all the chaos of Gang Hall, we arrive in real Hull. All that stuff I showed you earlier, no one cares about. I hate to say it, but Hull is proof that a mile-long stretch of beach is all a town needs. Yet, this shabby waterfront is hiding many secrets. It is one of some of the best restaurants in my field of vision. Perhaps the place most representative of Hull's culinary scene is Lucky Lemon's, a truly charming establishment where you can eat soggy fries under a giant patio in the shade, making you question if you've really been spending your life well. As the delightful teenager told me at the register when I asked for comment, I hate my job. So, welcome to Theo's Food Review, where we are going to try the deluxe Lucky Lemon's fry. Oh shoot. Oh no, it's closed. It's closed. What do we do?
It's
what
fine.
do we do?
We
what
just
do we
found
do?
another place.
No, it has to be Lucky Lemon's. We came 5 miles for this. I have to. What do I do? I need to eat something.
Just go
where
somewhere
should
else. It's okay.
I know. I have a real life cold snow cone.
It's not packing
So-
snow, it's powder.
What are you talking about? What the hell's packing snow? This is it. This is a real deal. All right. So, this is a whole snow. I said snow cone. I meant snow coke. Okay. I'm having some real life whole snow coke.
Yes.
Guys, that's what real whole snow coke is like.
Guys!